Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Now, I'm just a guy fascinated by Polish history, culture, and especially those parts of the country that get completely overlooked. And for months now, there's one city I can't get out of my head. It's got a Viking past, it was a massive economic powerhouse, it was absolutely pulverized in World War II, and its old town is arguably the most controversial, ambitious, and psychologically fascinating rebuilding project in modern Europe. So seriously, why the fuck is nobody talking about Elblong? If you asked any of your friends, name a great Polish city near the sea, they'd say Gdansk. Maybe Szczecin. If they're really cultured, they might throw in Toruń. But Elblong, it's sitting right there on the map, a former giant of the Hanseatic League, and yet it feels like Poland's most brilliant hidden gem, waiting for its moment. But that moment might be right now. Because Elblong is suddenly at the center of a geopolitical and economic revival that could entirely change its future. Let's dive in. To understand Elblong, you have to go back to the very roots. We're talking 13th century, founded by the Teutonic Knights in 1237. But even before that, this spot near the Vistula Lagoon was the site of Trousseau, an ancient Viking port. You can almost feel the presence of those old merchants, those longships. This place has always been a gateway. The knights built their massive castle here, and for a long time it was their official seat, their headquarters. If you're Polish, you know exactly how significant that is. This city was ground zero for centuries of complex history. But the real power came from the sea. Elblong wasn't just near the Baltic, it was one of the undisputed kings of the Baltic. It joined the Hanseatic League, that medieval business club that controlled trade from the UK to Russia. They were hauling goods, grain, amber, and timber. The city got rich, like seriously rich. The amazing thing is that the wealth they accumulated is still being unearthed. When they started rebuilding the city decades ago, they essentially turned the old town into one of the largest continuous archaeological digs in Europe. I'm talking hundreds of thousands of artifacts, medieval plates, toys, musical instruments, and yes, they even found the oldest preserved spectacles in Europe, dating back to the 15th century. It's like the residents just dropped everything and left, leaving behind this incredible time capsule. But here's where the story gets heavy. The Hanseatic wealth and centuries of history were erased in a matter of weeks in 1945. While we all know the tragedy of Warsaw and Gdansk, Elblong's destruction was almost total, especially in the old town. It was reduced to rubble. Stone, ash, foundations. Gone. After the war, the city changed hands, becoming Polish, and was repopulated by people from other regions, refugees themselves. They had no personal connection to the German architecture that once stood here. For decades, the old town was just empty space. A silent, haunting parking lot. Now, this is the most fascinating, most human part of the Elblong story. When they finally decided to rebuild in the 1980s, they didn't do what Warsaw did, a meticulous, historically accurate recreation. They didn't even do what some modern cities do, which is put up glass towers. They chose a concept called retroversy. Think of retroversion like translating a book and then translating it back to the original language. It's impossible to get it exactly the same. In Elblong, they committed to building new, modern apartment houses, but they had to respect the historical DNA. They used the original street layout, the original plot sizes, and the original foundations. The result? A new old town, Nowka Starówka, a compromise between past and present. The architecture is colorful, sometimes chaotic, and often postmodern. This is why Elblong feels so unique. It's not a museum piece. It's a living city built on a ghost town. It's a city that said, "We respect the code of the place, but we are building a Polish future here." It's an architectural and psychological paradox, and honestly, it's one of the most powerful identity statements a city can make. It's beautiful, it's controversial, and it's why you need to walk the church path Ścieżka Kościelna and feel that strange new history. Okay, let's pivot from identity to engineering because Elblong is home to a monument that is globally insane. Seriously, nowhere else on Earth does this happen. I'm talking about the Elblong Canal, the Canal Elbląski. This isn't just a picturesque canal. This 19th century masterpiece was designed by Georg Stinke to link Elblong to the Masurian Lake district, overcoming an elevation difference of almost 100 meters. That is absolutely massive. And here's how they solved it. Instead of building endless, complicated locks, they built a system of inclined planes, or slipways. A ship sails up to the edge of the water, and then a special rail cart slides underneath it. The ship is then hauled on the cart up a dry, grassy slope, using nothing but the ingenious power of a water-fed counterweight system. It's hydro-engineering genius. It's like watching a boat take a train ride over land. The entire system is virtually unchanged since it opened in 1860. It's been designated a historical monument of Poland and is consistently named one of the 7 wonders of Poland. And yet, it's still waiting on the UNESCO World Heritage tentative list. I mean, if this isn't World Heritage, I don't know what is. You can still cruise it today, and I promise you the moment your boat starts rolling up the hill, you will be speechless. The geographical location of Elbląg is critical to its entire story. It is officially the lowest situated city in Poland, with parts of the surrounding Żuławy area sitting below sea level. This low-lying position has always made it a nexus for water and trade. And that brings us to the biggest update in Elbląg's modern history, the Vistula Spit Canal. For decades, if you wanted to sail from Elbląg to the Baltic Sea, you had to pass through the Strait of Baltic, which is controlled by Russia. In the wake of recent geopolitical shifts, Poland spent years and billions of zlotys building a new, independent channel cutting right through the Vistula Spit. It officially opened in September 2022. This canal changes everything. It's a huge statement of sovereignty, of independence, and it promises to turn Elbląg from a historical curiosity back into the thriving port it was 400 years ago. Now, for the current affairs drama, the thing that shows the fight for the city's future is real. The big project is finished, but the final section of the Elblong River leading into the port needed deepening to handle large ships. This became a huge political sticking point, a classic bureaucratic battle. But listen to this breaking news. The European Commission has just approved 39 million euros. That's over 200 million PLN, specifically for the development of the Elblong port infrastructure. This is the green light. This money, to be used by 2029, means the port will finally be able to handle larger vessels, relieving pressure on Gdańsk and Gdynia, and finally realizing the full potential of that new Vistula Spit connection. Elblong is actively working on becoming a logistics hub, backed by the Elblong Technology Park, and major players like General Electric are already operating here. This isn't just a place of ghosts and history. It's a city building the future right on top of its ancient foundations. And if you're driving on the S7, you're looking at Poland's new maritime gateway. So, back to the original question. Why the fuck is nobody talking about Elblong? Maybe it's because it's still finding its voice after centuries of being defined by its foreign past, only to be completely destroyed. Maybe it's because the rebuilding, the retroversy, was too controversial for the purists. Or maybe it's because it's been waiting for this moment. The moment when the Vistula Spit Canal and the new EU funding converge to propel it back onto the global stage. Elblong is a testament to resilience. It's a city that buried its painful past, kept the blueprint, and built a brand new identity on top of it. It's got world-class engineering, archaeological treasures, and a fascinating modern architectural soul. If you're Polish, this is a part of your heritage that demands your attention. If you're not, this is the kind of travel story you'll be telling everyone about when you get home. It truly is a Polish city, unlike any other. If you found this deep dive interesting, hit that like button. It helps this channel reach more people who need to know about Poland's incredible history. And make sure to subscribe to The Poland and ring that bell so you don't miss our next video. Seriously, go check out Elblong. Go stand on the old town foundations, look up at the modern facades and think about the Viking ships, the Hanseatic gold, the World War II fire, and the new life being breathed into its port. Share this video and let's get Elblong the recognition it deserves. Thanks for watching. See you next time.